Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing. It has been one that has brought a great deal of frustration for me as I sit here and look at that quotation up there on the wall, the section of the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, speaks to the federal government's responsibility toward post offices and roads. We have privatized the post offices, and I don't know what we're getting from it, but I just don't see how we can privatize transportation. Nevertheless, I'm one of these people that will try to find a way to work with any philosophy that I can to try to get a job done. But this is a tough approach to attempting to address the essential transportation problems in our country. So I'm going to ask Mr. Thomas, how detrimental will these cuts be, or if they'll be detrimental, to the city of Dallas, to DART, and the cities across the country if the CIG programs are cut? We have a lot of plans to accommodate the needs in the area, as I'm sure every other major city does. But when you read the president's budget, what is your reaction? Where do we go from here?
Congressman, right now we have 3 projects that are well into the process in the Dallas area alone. 2 are core capacity projects, and 1 is a small starts project. The 1 is a second alignment through downtown. Again, when people think of transit in the United States, they don't always think about Dallas, Texas. But as I said earlier, we've got the longest light rail system in the United States and North America, for that matter. All of those corridors, all of those lines come through a single corridor in downtown right now. If there's anything that happens on that corridor, an accident, a fire, we had a fire a few years ago when the firemen lay their hoses across the tracks. They don't particularly want trains to run across those hoses, and we appreciate that, and we understand that. So we desperately need that second alignment through downtown Dallas. We're proposing a 50-50 split. In other words, bringing 50% of funding for that project from local funds with a 50% match from the federal government on the core capacity. The other project that we're working on is an extension of our older platforms, which would allow us on 28 platforms to extend those 100 feet, which gives us, just by that alone, 30% capacity increase on those 2 lines, the red line and blue line. Again, looking for a 50-50 split. TxDOT has actually come to the table with half of that, and so we're looking at the core capacity program for the other half. The third project is an extension of our streetcar project. The streetcar program that we just opened not too long ago is unique because it uses American-made streetcars, streetcars that actually are dual mode. They'll operate with an overhead wire and without an overhead wire. We intend to extend that through downtown Dallas with a small starts program. We're well into the process, the environmental process, the working with the community, making sure we know where these projects should go, what the alignments are, building that support locally. All of those go away. They go away.
Now, we still are having tremendous growth to the area, so if they go away, where do we go from there?
That's the good question, Congressman. You know, I think as we look at, certainly in our region, but across the United States, the impact of the capital investment grants has been important. It's been critical as transit agencies have continued to provide choices for people in their communities to be able to get where they need to go, whether it's to the doctor, to the grocery store, and most importantly to jobs. Well over 80% of the people that are riding public transportation are going to their jobs. Yeah. So it's imperative that we continue to look for and continue to support the FAST Act. It's been incredibly successful to this point. I think it's imperative that we continue to support that through 2020 at least.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Chairman, my time has expired.
Mr. Moffett.